Welcome back to the channel, and I hope you all are having a great day. So, they want to talk about the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar, the BBD coin. Will it break $12? And we're talking about in the short term of trading range here, um, or trading duration, or in the short term, maybe over the next month or so, right? So the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar, as many understand who watch the channel, or if this is your first introduction to it, um, we're coining it the first free cryptocurrency, right? Now, that's a loaded concept in that there have been many different ways you can earn cryptocurrency, or you can get it free. Some have been, a lot of it is through, and that's not free, but let's just say you don't do a direct transaction for the cryptocurrency. In other words, you don't go on the market and pay for it. Some people will mine what mining rigs, mine equipment that could be very, very expensive, right? And this is how they earn the cryptocurrency, right? They get it from securing the network. But again, in most cases, they have to have a very large, network of miners that can cost thousands to millions of dollars in some cases. And this is how they earn the crypto. The Bitcoin MYK backed dollar is being coined as the first free cryptocurrency, right? First one is actually free. And how does it work? Well, first of all, the structure and the system of it is designed in a way where it can function without direct capital investment. And I know that's it might be hard for some to wrap their heads around, but these things are quite possible. Um, the other reason why it's coined as the first free cryptocurrency is what happens in cryptocurrencies when there lies the ability to be able to go on an exchange and purchase the cryptocurrencies, or to get them through some type of mechanism in that way. Uh, then oftentimes what many cryptocurrencies allow, or that is allowed through default, is the more control of the cryptocurrency, obviously the more control of the network, right? You're able to control the prices. You're able to, through their governance model, basically centralize the network to a certain degree, and that you now control so much of the value of the network, in that the cryptocurrency is the network. It is the code, right? And so that can become a problem for decentralization. How Bitcoin and YK backed dollars gets around it is the first part of the process, as we'll show you here shortly, is that the system and the mechanism to earn the Bitcoin and YK backed dollar cannot be bought and implemented into the system. In other words, unlike some cryptocurrencies where you can actually influence the network by purchasing the cryptocurrency, the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar system doesn't allow for you to purchase it and then try to impact the network with it. Um, Also, the mechanism or the merit that it's based on, as it kind of operates in this meritocracy system, and we'll show you again and shortly in a second here, everybody's uh, value is calculated the same, right? uh, every different facet of the platform that you use calculates the value the same based on what you do. So, in other words, if we look at something like the proof of stake model, with the proof of stake model, if you purchase a lot of the cryptocurrency, you now have this control over the network and the algorithm, so to speak. And proof of work, like what you get with Bitcoin, the mining operations, right? In other words, the people with the bigger data centers are going to be the people that are going to be in control of that network, right? Because they're going to be um, in control of all these miners and so on and so forth, right? With Bitcoin MYK backed dollars, You don't have to worry about who has the most miners, who has the biggest mine operation. You don't have to worry about who has the most money. It's all based on merit. Anybody who can put up the attention value, right? That is the the algorithm is who's gonna make the value. So nothing's gonna limit you except your time, right? Um, Now of course you can go on third party exchanges, trade the cryptocurrency back and forth, and try to make money as a speculator, but you cannot game the system in the sense that you're going to earn more than what your time constraints will allow, that what your effort will allow, bringing us back to the pure idea of merit, right? So these are all very important ideas to understand and look into. Now, since we're here on one exchanges Bitcoin and YK back dollars trade on, let's take a look at what are the chances of it getting beyond $12 here in the short term. It's now at trading around $3.11 each coin. Remember, you earn these absolutely free. The entire mechanism is based around you not spending money but using the product. And that is what makes it so unique, I think, that you walk into the system and the first key idea is to use the network and use the system, and not just come in trying to buy the network or trade the network or invest in the network. So the investment portion of the Bitcoin NYK back dollar is the least important part. That is only for you and if you're a speculator. The actual mechanism and the value of the network and the value derived from the cryptocurrency itself is based on your efforts and your efforts only, your merit and your merit only. And the reason we create it like this, where throughout the system itself, you can't buy your way in, because obviously if you can buy your way in, then it's going to break off into these elite groups of people who can control the network. So very, very different system, a system I think you all should try, as it is an experiment into how to fix the problem of centralization to the point where it's a detriment to cryptocurrency communities and users, which is what we've had over the course of the last 10 years. Let's take a look at, just from a price perspective, how difficult will it be for the Bitcoin NYK back dollar to reach over $12, right? Now, another thing to keep in mind, and I think to be mindful of, is the Bitcoin NYK back dollar, as it's only existed for less than a year now, right? So it's only about a year old, if that. And so it's trading on these very low liquid markets. And also the concept is, I think, going to catch on big, but it is hard to wrap your head around how economies work and how these cryptocurrency markets work and how you can derive value from seemingly nothing, in the minds of some people, which is really no such thing as nothing. You're not really getting money from nothing. Everything is a something. But I understand the mindset of some people to look at how we create these cryptocurrencies. They could trade for large sums of money, and nobody quite understand where the value comes from, right? But in the Bitcoin NYK back dollar, these are low liquid exchanges. As you can see today, only about $128 a trade volume on this one exchange, Hive engine, right? That's part of the Hive community, Hive blockchain. But as I go down here and we look at the, if I can get down here and look at the value of these markets, or the order book rather. And I'm just having a little trouble here getting there. I think I got it now. Okay, so let's go to the sell orders. Who's selling? Where's the sell pressure at? As we go down here, you'll notice by the time we reach just about 15 Hive, which is nothing, you're talking under $15. The next sell order occurs at 12 Hive, which is roughly around $12, right? So it's only about 15 hive until you get to 12 hive, which is one hive is around 90 to a dollar, 90 cents to a dollar. I think last night it was trading close to $1.50 or something like that. So it can actually go higher than that. But we're seeing here in the short term, the Bitcoin NYK back dollar can easily break over $12 with trade volume, with money value moving through the market, and also the ability to earn more of these things absolutely free just from your time doing things you do already through sites like bitcoinmyk.com, right? All right, so over here on bitcoinmyk.com, the first free, actually free cryptocurrency. And you can see here on the site, people are just starting to sign up, register, hands over fist. They're registering every minute of the day, every hour of the day, and they're coming in, okay, to get the first free cryptocurrency with actual value. Well, as you can see, money's being moved. So this isn't just some waste of time cryptocurrency, so to speak. Now, what's interesting about this being the first free cryptocurrency and building this large network as well is that if you look at something like Squid Games, where people have invested all this money into this thing and lost money on this pyramid scheme or this scam, you look at every other cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin, right? What's happening is people have to inject money into these cryptocurrencies for them to have value in their models, in their structure, not in the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar, but in their network, in their system, right? And so they have to risk something to have something. Bitcoin MYK backed dollars, you just use the system. You just log onto the internet, log onto social media, do the same things you do every day anyway. And through something called Metcalfe's Law, through network effect, it automatically builds value. Now, the difference between the Bitcoin NYK backed dollar project and many other projects is it is specifically designed to do this thing. Most cryptocurrencies aren't designed this way. They are designed where you make an investment. In other words, they're assets, they're stocks, they're unregistered securities, right? And they're not regulated. So they depend on you to invest this money and in hopes that you can make more money. Bitcoin NYK backed dollars doesn't work this way. It has a function and a value and a feature to itself, which is a social network, much like many of 99.9% of internet users use some type of social media site. And the value that you derive from that is what you derive from the Bitcoin NYK backed dollar. That's number one. So this isn't a stock, it isn't a asset or anything like that. This is a network that is giving the value back to the people through their attention value, right? And its value is independent of the investment dollars, right? To run. In other words, the Bitcoin NYK backed dollar was already designed, paid for, and created by an entity outside of the investor and created to exist without an investor. Do you understand that? So if most cryptocurrencies work that way, then they would be designed or could function in a way like we can. They can't, they need to pay for electricity, they need to pay for miners, et cetera, right? And in that case, it's so much overhead and they need the money. With us, we're in this very great situation where we can hop to most of the major blockchains. We have a version of our cryptocurrency there, and it allows us to be able to scale because we're able to have this value represented on several blockchains. We can piggyback off all these blockchains, right? Because they're decentralized, or some are to a degree, or close to it. But I don't really think any of them are decentralized, including Bitcoin. I think this project will be the closest thing we've ever seen to any true decentralization of cryptocurrency. But because of that, we don't have to pay for miners. We don't have to pay for electricity. the overhead is very, very little. And because it is so very, very little, and the scalability of it is so very, very possible, and we have it is accessible to that. Because of these things, we don't have to worry about that, right? So that's what makes the project so unique. Feel free to ask questions in the comment sections about more of the technical aspects of the project, as it's a lot to cover, so I couldn't do it all in this video. We can tell you that though it works very well in function and in theory. And anytime you're getting involved in a cryptocurrency project, when you weigh the scale, right? If I have to put up money in a cryptocurrency, if I have to put up $10,000, $100,000, I'm always going to be at risk of losing, not only losing that, but the profit margin from where I have to go up from that. It's always going to be a factor for me to walk away with value. With a free project, you risk nothing, which means anything over that nothing is profit for you, right? Even if you deduct it from time, in our time model, we have a very simplified, robust model in which you can quickly and easily earn a BBD coin for probably a few minutes. And that's right now over $3.11, and it may go to $12, we think, in the interim. So that is potentially a good amount of value that you got free, right? That you got essentially free. And when you weigh it like that, I think the Bitcoin NYK backed dollar is a no-brainer. But that's all I want to say in this video. If you like content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe. Please feel free to ask questions about the project. We'll be more than happy to help you with it. But that's all I want to say in this video. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.